Greetings, my name is Neosekken and welcome back to my Let's Play of Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 3. In the last episode, we've gone here to the shrine to start celebrating the barbecue that everybody won at courtesy of their victory against the Hinamizawa sports team at that baseball match yesterday. And well, everybody was pretty much having a good time. But two unique things occurred last time. Number one, me and Coach Irie here ended up talking about Satoko and Satoshi a bit, and well, and a bit of Satoko's rather crappy upbringing. And also we've run into Shion again. Well, for the first time, technically in regards to Chapter 3's events, and well. She still largely seems to be the same as ever, from what I recall of her from Chapter 2. But when the topic of, when she and I are alone, and the topic of Satoshi's transfer came up, she responded in a very repressed, albeit hostile way. So hostile, in fact, here that I would even say that it would have been dangerous to have been under her gaze for long enough while she was in that mental state. But fortunately, she seemed to have snapped out of it and eventually left us to our own devices. But otherwise, yeah, going by her reaction and what I recall of a similar reaction I remember seeing from Shion in Chapter 2 in regards to Satoshi's transferring, I think it's obvious that in regards to that Satoshi's demoning away seems to have had a significant effect on both Mion and Shion. Although what exactly is the full extent of this effect and the exact nature of it, I really can't say at this point. I really can't say for sure at this point. I need a lot more information here in order to come up with some kind of solid foundation to work with here. But the reactions are very interesting to me, to say the least. I'm sure eventually we'll figure out just what is the deal behind them, but whether or not we'll see it in this chapter, I have no idea. Anyway, that pretty much does it for my recap. Now, let's see if I am right in that the second half of this chapter we're currently on would end up being long enough for me to have justified having split it up like this. Okay, everyone, can I have your attention? Coach got everyone together to make his closing remarks. And with that, another fun day drew to its close. In the end, Mion ended the game with a magnificent victory. Satoko and Rika-chan, who labored so hard to betray me, had fallen into a huge trap afterwards, leaving him frustrated about more than a few things. People who betray others will one day be betrayed themselves. Very interesting words to use in this series, considering everything we've seen so far. Never been more true, huh? I'm positive that those words are going to be prophetic somehow. Just you wait. You're not the one I want to hear that from, Keiichi-san. Rena didn't fall for anyone's tricks. That's how I got second. Rena doesn't buy into lies very easily. She has a sharp wit. I'm surprised. She seems like she would fall for the first lie to come her way. I somehow don't think so. I think she does have a sharper wit than people give her credit for. At least that's an impression I get. Funny you should say that, Kei-chan. You desired to prey upon others, and right away you became the prey instead.
友達を紹介すれば紹介するほど高収入なんてバカな商法に引っかかるんじゃないよ。
I heard baka in there. Make sure you don't fall for those dumb schemes that promise higher returns the more friends you rope in, okay? And here I was thinking for a second that you were calling him stupid.
Hey.
Yeah.
努力しますよ。
I'll try harder.
とほほほ。
Even good friends will lay traps mercilessly and betray everyone in sight once they get into a serious enough game. But despite that, once it's all over, they can feel refreshed and laugh together. It reminded me of how we were all such great friends. And then I remember the last 2 chapters.
それよりもケイチさんの罰ゲームが楽しみでございますわね。
Anyway, I'm looking forward to Keiichi-san's punishment game.
でも本当に実現できますの？
However, can you really implement such a thing?
店長さんもそんなの嫌だって言うと思いましたよ。
I would think the store manager would have a thing or two to say about it, no?
どうだろう。
I wonder.
ケイチくんすっごく可愛くなるかも。
Maybe Keiichi-kun will be really cute.
なるかも。
Cute.
見てみたいかも。
I kinda wanna see. How?
僕もとても楽しみなのですよ。
I am on the edge of my seat.
転ばせてふきふきをさせますです。
I will trip him up and make him wipe the floor. You have a hidden bloodlust in you. I'm certain of it, and it scares me already.
ああ、それはいいね。
Hopefully nowhere near as bad as Mion's. Oh. That would be great. Coo. Stop your bitching and just suffer through it.
なぜここ一番で俺は勝てないんだ。
Why can't I
今日
win?
は絶対に勝ちたい。この罰ゲームは誰かにやらせてみたいと思うといつも負ける。
Why couldn't I win now of all times? Whenever I think I'll definitely win today, and that I'll make someone else play the punishment game, I lose!
足りないのか。
Is it not enough?
勝利への信念が足りないのか。
Do I not believe hard enough in victory? No, I don't think that's really the issue here. I think the issue here is your speech to text face.
敗者の嘆きは蜜の味ですわね。
The wailing of the loser tastes like sweet honey.
かわいそうなのです。
How sad. Pat. At least you got some pats.
ケイチくんもこうやって強くなっていくんだね。
This is how you get stronger, Keiichi-kun. By losing and getting pet by Rika? Sounds simple.
去年のみーちゃんを見てるみたい。
It's like I'm looking at Mi-chan from last year. Mi-chan last year? What? Did she always lose and moan about it in the past? How very interesting. I didn't know our undefeated president, Mion, was once like that.
余計なことは言わなくていいの。
No need to talk about that. And why not? I mean, I'm sure it would make for a very interesting success story. How you went from just your average everyday loser to an undefeatable president of a magnificent club like this. You make award-winning documentaries out of shit like that, Mion. Come on, don't be shy. Tell us all about it. Mion hastily covered Rena's mouth. Everyone watching burst out laughing. Finally, Rika-chan pulled on Satoko's sleeve.
さて、
Okay,
僕たちはそろそろ行かないといけないのです。
we should get going soon.
お夕飯のお買い物に行かないといけませんわね。
Oh, yes, we must go shopping for dinner, mustn't we? I wanted to keep talking like this forever, but it was getting late. We split up with Satoko and Rika-chan and decided to get on our way home.
じゃあまた明日。
Alright, bye!
学校で会おうね。
See you tomorrow at school. Everyone waved to each other and split up for the short time between now and tomorrow.
じゃあ行こう。
Okay, let's go. We began walking down the tall staircase leading from the shrine grounds. As the sun started to set, the afternoon's heat began to disappear, as though it were never there. Just listening to the chorus of the Higurashi was enough to make me forget about how hot it had been today.
そういえばまだ6月なんだよね。
Come to think of it, it's still June, huh?
今年は梅雨とか全然ないで、いきなり夏みたいな感じだね。
We didn't have a rainy season at all this year. Like all of a sudden it's just summer, you know? Now that I thought about it, she was right. It was June, the season of long rain, of hydrangeas and snails. I haven't seen a real rainy season since transferring here.
週間予報によると、週明けあたりからはもうちょっと梅雨らしい天気になるらしいよ。
According to the weather forecast, it's supposed to get more rainy during the first part of the week.
大雨注意とか言ってたから。
They were warning people about heavy showers.
また流しにぶつからなきゃいいんだけど。
I hope it doesn't run into Watanagashi. Well, I hope it does. Maybe nobody will get killed on account of rain.
そうなんだ。
That's right.
やっぱり梅雨は梅雨らしい方がいいよね。
The rainy season's supposed to be rainy.
レナは梅雨の長雨って結構好きだよ。
Rena likes all the rain in the rainy season.
長雨なんて気がめいるだけだって。
What? So much rain just makes me depressed. It makes me relax. I love the rain.
ねえ、ケイちゃん。
Hey, Kei-chan.
Huh?
Ah. I was a little spaced out, so I was late in answering Mion. I was thinking back to my conversation with her sister. When I said that Satoshi transferred, Shion clearly got angry. She was mad at me for saying something so careless. I mean, it may have been a vague way of skirting around the fact that he ran away from home. But I don't think it was so bad that Shion would need to feel mad about it. Thing is, though, Keiichi, he didn't quite run away from home, I'm sure. I wasn't really satisfied with it. I felt like a child, completely ignorant of what he was being scolded for. So my thoughts spilled out of my mouth in a very direct fashion.
サトコに兄貴っていたよな。
Satoko had a brother, right?
サトシって名前だっけ？
Named Satoshi, I think?
え？
What? That was a very pregnant pause. Not 8 months into labor, in fact. Maybe I shouldn't broach this subject? I mean, 8 months into pregnancy. Labor is when you're actually giving birth. As soon as I said the name Satoshi, Rena and Mion both lost their relaxed, comfortable mood and made strange expressions. Should I have avoided talking about this? Most likely. That's what they made me think. But I've already said it, so that's that. Exactly, you might as well keep digging this grave you just started. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. You know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. That's kind of what happened the last 2 times.
サトシってどうしたんだっけ？
What happened to Satoshi again?
引っ越したんだっけ？
Did he move away? That was such a transparent way of putting it. But in my desire to know everything, I feigned ignorance. Mion turned around and looked to Rena for assistance. Rena looked between us, then quietly and softly spoke.
あれ？言わなかったかな？
Wait, did we not tell you?
転校しちゃったんだよ。
He transferred out. When I said those words to Shion, she got upset. So I answered her the same words Shion had given me.
転校って誰がそんなことを言ったんだよ。
Transferred. Who told you something like that? Huh? I had only intended to borrow Shion's words, but I said exactly the same way she had. Right down to the thorns in my voice. You probably shouldn't mimic it that well, otherwise they're gonna think that you're accusing them of something. When I realized what I had done, I immediately tried to soften my remark.
本当に転校したなら、転校届とかが学校に提出されるはずだろ。
If he really transferred, there would be records of it at school and stuff, right?
でもそんなの実際には出てないんじゃないのか？
But is there actually anything like that? Mion and Rena. Their eyes grew wide. They were at a loss for words. I started to feel like I was doing something really bad. You really shouldn't ignore that feeling, but like I said, you already started digging your grave here, most likely. I thought they were only hiding the fact that Satoko's older brother ran away out of consideration for her.
別に二人を責めてるわけじゃないんだぜ。
I'm not trying to blame you for anything, okay?
ただサトシはどうしたのかなって聞いてみてるだけのつもりで。
Wanted to ask what happened to Satoshi, that's all. I wasn't trying to blame them. The fact that I had to remind them even looked like I was tormenting them with an impossible question. No, maybe I was actually bullying them. No, you're not. You're just asking a very uncomfortable question, or series of questions, and bringing up some even more uncomfortable remarks to accompany them. Maybe I had lashed out at them in retaliation for Shion getting mad at me. This whole day had been so much fun, but now... Why did I go and say something that made all that meaningless? I couldn't help but regret my own careless curiosity. That's enough. Let's drop it now. As I was about to say that, Mion spoke up.
別に隠そうとか騙そうとかそういうつもりじゃないのを分かってほしいんだけど。
Well, it's not like we were hiding it or lying. You were hiding it, though. I hope you understand. That's not what we were trying to do. Well, actually... no, it never really did come up in conversation proper to all of this, so... Technically, it was never brought up, so there was no reason to mention it, so... Never mind. I was a little too quick with my accusation there. I'm sorry, Mion. Mion's tone conveyed her genuine awkwardness. They sounded like the excuses of a child who'd been presented with evidence of her own mischief.
サトシは転校したわけじゃないんだよ。
Satoshi, well, he didn't transfer schools. Mion said, resigning herself. But I felt bad for pushing her to say that. So, it's okay, Mion. Let's stop talking about Satoshi. Sorry for teasing you. I wanted to apologize. Then do it, asshole! But right before that...
帰ってこないの。
He won't come back. I like how you say that with a smile on your face. What? Unlike Mion's stammered reply, Rena was extremely clear and resolute.
帰ってこないって。
He won't come back. What?
ある日から家に帰ってこないの。
He won't come back home. Ever since that day. He won't come back. That's a very strange way of putting it. Normally we'd say that he hadn't come back yet. At least I thought you'd only say it like Rena did if he wasn't capable of coming back. You wouldn't say it like that when talking about someone who ran away from home.
帰ってこないってどういう意味だよ。
What do you mean he won't come back?
じゃあサトシはどこへ行ったんだよ。
Where did Satoshi go? That's the million-dollar question, said Keiichi.
知らない。
Don't know. Rena's word choice felt very cold to me. It was so cold that I couldn't muster a response right away.
だからさ、レナの言う通りなんだよ。
Wow. She's right.
ある日を境に、サトシは家に帰ってこなかった。
After that day, Satoshi hasn't returned home. Mion noticed a deadlock between us and hurriedly followed up on what Rena had said.
まあ村中みんなで探したし、警察も方々を探してくれたよ。
Well, that is... Everyone in the village searched for him, and we even got the police to help us look.
それで家出じゃないかって話になってさ。
And well, they started thinking that maybe he ran away.
家出じゃないかって話になって。
They started thinking he maybe ran away. When running away from home, I thought you were supposed to leave a note or something. So when Satoshi ran away, he would probably have left some kind of letter apologizing to Satoko. That was just kind of what I figured. But from the way Mion was talking, it seemed a little different than just running away from home. It makes it sound like as though he just suddenly vanished.
警察の人が調べたらさ、
The police did an investigation.
サトシってバイトとかでコツコツとお金を貯めててさ、貯金とかしてたんだけど、
Satoshi had been earning money at a part-time job and had some put aside.
それをいなくなった日に全部下ろしてたのが分かったんだよ。
And they learned that on the day he vanished, he withdrew it all.
で、名古屋駅だかでサトシによく似た人が目撃されたとかで。
And then at Nagoya Station or something, they spotted someone who looked a lot like Satoshi. He withdrew all his savings to fund his escape from home. Was that it? It seemed consistent enough to me. But before I could say anything,
私はそんなの嘘だと思う。
I think that's a lie.
サトシ君は家出なんかじゃない。
Satoshi-kun didn't run away, declared Rena shortly.
ちょっと待てよ。
Hey, wait.
転校したわけでもなく、
So if he didn't transfer
引っ
schools
越したわけでもなく、
or move away,
それで家出したわけでもないなら、
and he didn't run away from home,
一体サトシはどうして？
then what on earth? It probably means he disappeared.
やめなよレナ。
Stop it, Rena. Mion whispered to her. Rena, however, continued without interruption. And then she said this.
だってこれはOyashiro-samaのたたりだもの。
Because it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Finally bring up word of the curse again. Huh?
たたり？
Curse? It took some time before I understood what Rena meant by that. Mion clicked her tongue and shook her head a little.
サトシ君は
Oh dear.
消える前に私に教えてくれた。
She's got the doll eyes of unhappiness going on. Things are already starting to get weird even before the Watanagashi festival. That's definitely not a good sign. At all. Satoshi talked to me before he disappeared.
誰かに見張られている。
He said someone was watching him,
後をつけられている。
stalking him.
家の中にまでついてくる。
They even followed him home. Kind of like how Keiichi felt back in Chapter 1 when things started going seriously downhill for him.
寝るとき、枕元に立って見下ろしてるって教えてくれた。
He told me that when he went to bed, they were standing there at his bedside, looking down at him.
やめなよレナ。
Stop it, Rena. Who?
それは間違いなく、お社様のたたりの前兆。
It's a portent of Oyashiro-sama's curse. There's no doubt.
きっとサトシ君は、心のどこかでHinamizawaを捨てて逃げ出そうという気持ちがあったんだと思う。
I think somewhere deep down, Satoshi-kun was probably thinking about abandoning Hinamizawa and running away.
それを、お社様は許さなかった。
And Oyashiro-sama wouldn't allow that. All this stuff is making me think back to Keiichi's behavior back during Chapter 1. And all the stuff that he's seen that's just basically made him even more progressively more paranoid. Well, a lot of it was probably hallucinations, while others, yeah. Well, at the time I think it was nothing but hallucinations, from what I remember correctly, theorizing. Chapter 2's events, though, has muddied the waters a little bit for me. Not much, but enough to where I can't ignore the possibility of supernatural elements. But looking at Chapter 1 on its own, everything about Keiichi's descent from the Watanegashi festival afterward reads it like someone who just became progressively paranoid of people around him to the point where he'd end up losing his mind or something, or started to. Somewhat similar, in fact, to, what's his name's cause of death? The, photographer guy, whose name I can't freaking remember right now for some reason. Me and my stupid memory when it comes to names. Gotta love it. Tomitaki, I think it is. There we go. Came to me. But anyway, everything Rena's saying here also kind of matches up with her declarations to Keiichi back in Chapter 1 when he started getting more paranoid. That Satoshi was apparently behaving in exactly the same way as Keiichi was back then. But then again, well, we haven't reached the point yet where is she going to mention him getting, well, intense about his paranoia to the point where he starts bat practice, as we call it. Satoshi, I mean. I should probably just let her continue. Let her say everything that she needs to say first, and then theorize a bit more.
だからやめなって。
I said stop it.
お社様はHinamizawaの守り神様。
Oyashiro-sama is the guardian deity of Hinamizawa.
Hinamizawaを捨てて逃げ出そうとする人を絶対に許さない。
He would never allow anyone to abandon Hinamizawa and run away.
私はそれを謝った。
I apologized for it.
でも、サトシ君はきっと謝らなかった。
But Satoshi-kun probably didn't. So you're even referencing when you moved out of Hinamizawa for a brief time, so that's coming up again. Indirectly, so that's the same. Oh dear, she's getting real intense now. It must have been.
お社様のたたりに遭ってしまったに違いないの。
It must have been Oyashiro-sama's curse.
お社様のたたりだって？
Oyashiro-sama's curse? You know, the fact that you're getting this intense about things right now, Rena, has me really worried that you're gonna go cuckoo on us like you did in Chapter 1. So, before we continue on, I have one very important question for you. Should I start taking up back practice again, like in Chapter 1? Seriously, just out of interest. Yeah. I hadn't intended to repeat it, but the words came out of my mouth anyway. Oyashiro-sama's curse.
警察が家出だって決めつけたって信じない信じない。私は絶対に信じない。
The police may have said he ran away, but I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Not ever.
そんなのたたりだと認めたくない村の偉い人たちが決めただけの嘘っぱち。
It was just a lie told by the self-important people in the village who don't want to admit it was the curse.
お社様のたたりは信じようと信じまいと確かに。
And whether or not you believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse, it's... Wham! Mion struck Rena in the head. Fight! And not in a joking way either.
いい加減にしろって言ってるでしょ。
I told you to give it a rest, didn't I?
恩和の私でも島には怒るよ。
I try to be nice, but you're pushing me to my limits. Pushing her to her limits. Actually, there was plenty of displeasure and anger in Mion's face at that moment. For a few moments after being hit, Rena looked astonished. Perhaps the voices of the Higurashi calmed her frantic mind, because after a little while, she regained her original calm expression. We arrived at the place we always split up with Mion. No one said a word until we got there. The voices of the Higurashi just tortured our ears with their buzzing. So it's pretty much all out in the open now. The whole curse thing, why the excuse of the curse was given. So Keiichi, how exactly are you going to process all this information? Are you going to do it in a calm, reasonable way? Or something similar to how you started to progressively get paranoid in Chapter 1? We'd always split up with Mion here, leaving just Rena and me.
あのさ、ケイちゃん。
Hey, Kei-chan.
前に漫画化すって約束したじゃない？
Didn't I promise to lend you some manga?
よかったら寄ってく？
Want to come over real quick? You're inviting me to your home? You're not planning to kill me because I now know too much, are you? Huh? She promised that. No, she didn't. However, I quickly realized it was a convenient way of saying she wanted to talk to me alone.
そうなんだ。
Oh, I see. And Rena probably is catching on too.
じゃあレナは先に帰ってるね。
Okay, then Rena will go home. Maybe she realized it. Maybe she didn't. I think she did, because as we learned in Chapter 2, Rena is very, very observant indeed. Thankfully, Rena quickly said she'd go home before us.
じゃあね、レナ。
Bye, Rena.
また明日。
See you tomorrow.
うん。
Yep.
また明日ね。
See you tomorrow.
ケイチくんもあまりお邪魔しすぎないようにね。
Keiichi-kun, don't be too much of a bother now.
もう夕方だから。
It's already evening.
ちょっと本を借りに寄るだけだよ。
I'm just going to borrow a few books.
じゃあな。
See ya. Considering the fun day we had, it was a very insipid, lonely parting.
さっきの、あまり気にしないでね。
Hey, don't worry too much about before. Give me a good reason. After all, there is precedent for why I should be worried. 2 separate ones, in fact. After a little while, Mion finally spoke. Quite some time had passed since splitting up with Rena.
いや、別に。
No, I'm not really.
俺の方が悪かったと思う。
I think it was my fault anyway.
サトシの話は別に隠してたわけじゃないんだよ。
We weren't trying to hide anything about Satoshi.
あまり触れない方がいい話だからさ。
It's just one of those things that we shouldn't mention, you know? At this point, I understood exactly what she meant by that. Judging by our odd interactions with Rena, I understood so well it hurt. That I should never talk about it again. Wait a minute. I just now realized something. Why aren't you reacting in any way, in an angry way about Keiichi having brought up about Satoshi's transfer at all? Let alone having gone into depth about it. Sure, you smacked Rena around, but that was because she was kind of getting, well, that's because she was getting well into her rant here. Hysterically so. And you could just write that off as you just attempting to get her to just calm the fuck down before she just really runs away with the whole thing. But why did you not react in a similar way to like Shion did this time around? I don't know if I'm looking too much into this yet. Maybe she's really good at hiding this particular berserk button of hers, her initial reaction to it. But then again, it wouldn't be a berserk button if it couldn't easily rile her up, now would it? I feel like there's something important right on the tip of my right in front of me here that I'm not quite grasping. Some kind of clue. No way. I think I did. I believe I postulated a theory towards the end of chapter 2 regarding some of the behaviors that Mion displayed towards us towards the end, especially the homicidal ones. That maybe the reason that she was reacting as bloodthirsty and insane as she was, in spite of everything that we supposedly knew about her up till that point and seen with our own eyes. One of the reasons I came up with a couple theories. Number one is that she actually was being possessed by a demon that she supposedly held inside her. And the second one was that it wasn't actually Mion at all that we were dealing with. So it had to have probably been like Shion or something pretending to be Mion for whatever reason. And vice versa. Back when Shion was being held in that cell, it could have been Mion just playing some kind of weird act thing. I think even Shion postulated a similar theory at the end of chapter 2 during that little cast interview thing, that the two pretended to be each other at certain points here as part of some grand scheme of some sorts to, well, yeah. I'm sure you guys all remember that. If that was Shion pretending to be Mion back in chapter 2, during that time at least, then what if she was pretending to be Mion at other points throughout chapter 2's events too? Like when Satoko and Rika went missing. What if that was Shion giving that insane rant of hers? It's a very similar reaction to what we saw with Shion right then and there in the last episode. Nowhere near as intense. I mean, we don't have the demonic eyes staring at us for one thing, but there's a hint of it that does bring out... There is a few similarities. I don't know. This feel... I really want to believe... I still largely believe that it had to be the result of people. Whatever the hell is going on in this village. That's causing all these murders and all this weird shit to happen. So if it's not if I stand by that and Chapter 2's events wasn't the result of demons either, then the whole thing with Mion down below and down below their estate, when towards the end of that chapter, when she was basically torturing and killing people, she either has a psychotic side to her that she's just repressing quite a bit, or maybe that really wasn't Mion at all we were dealing with then. I have no idea how else we could... I don't know. I can't think of anything from Chapter 2's events that might give some more credence to the idea that at some points it could have been Shion pretending to be Mion. So I don't think I can really go... I don't think I can really go anywhere with this train of thought. Anyway, sorry for my long speculating here. It's just... Well, when I think I'm onto something possibly big, I can't help but just think about it for a while. Or maybe none of you found it boring, and you were very keen on hearing my train of thought. In which case, well, I hope it was entertaining. But either way, I think I need more information. And even then, I don't know what kind of information to even look for exactly, because every single chapter that I played so far is a sequence of similar but ultimately different events. So I can probably only take a lot of information, certain bits of information that I hear from the characters, and with a grain of salt here in regards to how I apply to events I've seen in any of the art chapters, if that makes any sense. I'm just gonna shut up now. Just wait and see what happens. Wait and see what I'm told. And maybe then I can come up with something a bit more concrete. Oh. Actually, if that's the case, then with Shion too. No, this is a bigger problem. Talking about it in the first place had been indiscreet. I shouldn't have been interested in it at all. There's nothing wrong with being interested in someone like that, because you had no reason to believe at that point it was anything big. Until now. Yeah. But that's why I really had to think about it. About why everyone got so irritated. Idiot! Stop this, Keiichi Maebara! By the time I tried to warn myself, I had accidentally spoken already.
もう二度と聞かないからさ。
I won't ever ask again.
正直なところを教えてくれないか。
So could you tell me honestly?
一体サトシに何があったんだ。
What on earth happened to Satoshi?
家でなんだろ
He ran away, right? For a long time, Mion remained silent. But finally, unable to endure it any longer, she began to speak timidly.
Oyashiro-samaのたたりの話は聞いたことある?
Have you ever heard about Oyashiro-sama's curse? You mean before Rena's ramblings?
ほんの少しくらいなら。
Just a little bit. Never mind. You know, come to think of it, I think you learned about it at an earlier point in Chapter 2 than you did in Chapter 1. I got the gist of it. I only overheard someone in class talking about it, though. Oyashiro-sama was the name of the deity protecting Hinamizawa, that they worship at the shrine we had the barbecue at today. And a few years ago, when they started talking about flooding Hinamizawa as part of the dam project, one of the people worked on site died or something, and people blamed it on Oyashiro-sama's curse. That's how it was.
サトシの死んだ親ってのがさ、
Satoshi's dead parents.
ダムの誘致派でね。
They were proponents of the dam project.
え？ひなみ沢の人って村中でダムに反対してたんじゃないのか？
Huh. Wasn't everyone in the village against it?
村人なのにダムの賛成派もいたのか？
Why would they support the project if they lived here? That's a good question. The dam project that would flood the entirety of Hinamizawa. I'd heard the village all got together to fight the terrible project. But it was a little hard to believe there were villagers who were supporting it.
まあ、いろいろと事情もあってね。
Well, there was a lot of stuff going on.
ダム計画に反対する人ばかりでもなかったんだけどさ。
But not everyone agreed to stand up to the dam proposal.
で、その親ってのが誘致派のリーダー格だったんだよ。
Satoshi's parents were basically the leaders of those who were all for it.
誘致派のリーダー格。
I don't remember if I ever learned that before.
サトコとサトシの親がってことだよな。
Leaders of the ones for it. Satoko and Satoshi's parents?
うん。
Yeah.
国はダム工事に伴って多額の保証金を用意してたからね。
The government had gathered a lot of compensation money to exchange for the construction of the dam.
そのお金が欲しくてダム計画に賛成してた人たちも結構いたんだよ。
There were plenty of people who agreed with the proposal because they wanted the money. So just pure simple greed then. They were willing to forsake a ton of people's homes, probably ancestral homes too at that, and livelihoods even in some instances, all for the sake of getting some sweet Japanese yen. Yeah, I can totally understand why a lot of people in the village probably hated their guts. Satoshi and Satoko's parents, I mean. Aside from a few households, Hinamizawa was in general not very affluent. And not because they were proud to inherit the land of their ancestors. It wouldn't be strange if some people wanted enough money to start a new life. But even in that case, they would have had to hesitate to say so, given the situation. It just happened to be Satoko and Satoshi's parents, who understood that and stood up to be their representative. By that standard, you might say Satoko and Satoshi's parents were very heroic. They volunteered to be hated, all to help those without much money who didn't have a voice.
それで、
And then,
運悪くその両親がさ、
their parents had bad luck. They fell to their deaths, I know.
お社様を祀るお祭りの日に事故死しちゃったんだよね。
They died in an accident on the day of the festival honoring Oyashiro-sama.
それで、お社様のたたりにあったんじゃないかってことになっちゃったわけ。
So people started to think that maybe it had been Oyashiro-sama's curse. I thought back to what Coach told me today. They went to a nature park on a family outing and fell from a cliff.
で、サトシが家出したのまでお社様のたたりってことにされちまったわけか。
So, people thought even Satoshi running away from home was because of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Basically.
まあ、うん。
Well, yeah.
そんな感じ。
Basically. It was a bit of an evasive reply, but I felt it was wrong to ask any further, so I didn't press her for details.
もう説明するまでもないと思うけどさ、
I don't think I need to explain this, but...
サトコにとっては、両親の事故もサトシの家出も、
For Satoko, Her parents' accident and Satoshi running away are just that, right? There's nothing more to it than that. So if those topics ever come into conversation between me and her, only refer to them as such. Got it.
そしてOyashiro-samaのたたりなんて話も。
And all the business about Oyashiro-sama's curse. And just zip the lid on that altogether.
愉快な話じゃないのはわかるでしょ。
None of it's a very happy story, you know? Yeah, of course I knew. I can only nod silently.
だからさ、私たちは聡子の家族の話には触れないことにしてる。
That's why. We're not mentioning anything about Satoko's family. You know, I also just had another thought. Satoko was essentially orphaned. No, wait a minute. She had extended family members, even though they treated her like crap. So, excuse me. I hope I'm not getting hiccups.
サトシのことは仮に聞かれても転校したってごまかすことにしてる。
Even if someone asks about Satoshi, we just lie and said he transferred school.
その辺の事情を汲み取ってもらえるよね。
You can understand why, right? They want to protect Satoko's happiness. Her smile. As someone who thought that way once, even for a short time. I really did regret having been imprudent enough to broach the topic to begin with.
ああ、
Yeah,
わかるよ。
I get it.
俺も軽はずみなことを聞いたと後悔してる。
I'm sorry I asked something so careless. When she heard that, Mion smiled, seeming a little relieved. Without understanding, thinking that I should get going, I began to make my way home. I could really have stopped by Mion's house, but it was already late. I'd stop by again next time I had the chance.
じゃあな、ミオン。
Bye then, Mion.
今日は悪かったな。
Sorry about today.
また明日な。
See you tomorrow.
うん。
Yeah.
じゃあね。
Goodbye. We waved to each other. Then, suddenly remembering something, Mion called out to me.
ケイちゃん。
Kei-chan!
あとさ、
One more thing.
サトコにだけじゃなく、レナの前でも、サトシの話は慎んでくれるかな。
Not only around Satoko, could you keep quiet about Satoshi with Rena too? Because of her strong fervent beliefs in Oyashiro-sama and his curse? Yeah. Probably would be a good idea.
え?
Huh?
さっきので分かったと思うけどさ。
I think you realized earlier, but...
レナって、どういうわけか、Oyashiro-samaのたたりの話だけは、笑い事で済まないんだよ。
For some reason, when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, she gets extremely serious. What do you mean for some reason? Don't you know the reason? Or are you not deciding to tell Keiichi about because you don't want him to know the details of that?
転校してきた時から。
Ever since you transferred here. Yeah, judging by how Rena was acting earlier, it was clearly no laughing matter to her. Mion had interrupted the conversation for us. But if Mion hadn't been here, what might have happened? Well, the optimist is saying, and me is saying that, well, nothing would happen to you. She would just probably mentally tire herself out or something, and then just move on to the next topic of discussion as though nothing happened. So it probably would have just fixed itself, actually, even if Mion hadn't stepped in. And nothing would happen to you. Because you probably wouldn't have done anything at that point to seriously provoke her.
どうしてレナはあんなにマジになるんだろうな。
Why would Rena be so serious about it? Not only Rena either, but Shion, too.
知らない。
I don't know.
レナはね。あ、これ内緒だよ。
Rena is... Oh, this is a secret, okay?
言ったら絶好だよ。
If you tell anyone, we're not friends anymore. Mion emphasized this as her expression clouded even further.
言わないよ。
I won't tell.
で、レナが何だってんだよ。
What's this about, Rena?
お社様のたたりにあったことあるんだって。
She says she's been a victim of Oyashiro-sama's curse before.
え？
Huh?
私は悪いけど被害妄想過剰な何かの思い込みじゃないかって思ってるんだけどね。
Well, it may sound mean, but I think it might be a bad case of a persecution complex, or some kind of wrong assumption. Well, it was certainly something serious, alright, going by what I remember of the police reports that, Ushi told me about back in Chapter 1. Of, the spirit of, Oyashiro-sama and whatnot following her around and all that crap, and then, well, her breaking all the windows in her school and assaulting some of her friends. Yeah.
でも本人はそう言ってるし、
But she
そう
says
信じてる。
but she says so herself, so I believe her.
茶化すとかなり怒る。
If I poke fun at it, she gets pretty upset.
レナは普段はチャラけてるけど、怒るとかなり怖い。
Rena jokes around all the time, but she's really scary when she's mad. No, yeah, I fucking agree with you right there, 100%.
分かってるよ。
I get it.
レナの前でも言うなってことだろ。
Don't talk about in front of Rena, right?
サトシの話。
About Satoshi.
うん。
Yeah.
できればこの話題にも二度と触れるべきじゃないと思うね。
If possible, I think we shouldn't talk about this ever again. If we're willing to just leave things as things are, as long as we keep our traps shut about it, you promise not to kill me, right?
レナのため
Or
に
have
は
someone else kill me? For her sake. Well, if you are indeed truly the person I gotta be worrying about this time around. I mean, Chapter 2, it tells me that I probably really should, because you supposedly have a very nasty demon inside of you that we most likely got to see face to face at a couple points, and nasty it was, but I don't know. I'm not exactly sure who I should be afraid of here. For her sake.
サトコのためにもさ。
And for Satoko's. For everyone else's, too. And if I must say, for your own sake too, Kei-chan. With her silence, Mion made sure I knew that.
そうだな。
Yeah.
うん。
Okay.
分かったよ。
I got it.
ありがとう。
Thanks. Saying only that, she waved her hand and began walking away. I watched her go, a little dazed, and then started walking myself. Satoko's older brother, Satoshi. Had he run away from home? Or had he been a victim of the curse and disappeared forever? Whichever the case, none of this was anything I should have asked about. The cooling air forced me into self-reflection. I wanted Satoko to smile, yet my curiosity easily defeated me, and I frivolously tried to step into the dark side of things in a joking way. I'm shameful. Yes, you are. I want today to be exactly like yesterday. I want tomorrow to be just as fun as today, too. So why did I go and do something like that? We were having a blast at the baseball game yesterday. It was just instant curiosity, man. Don't beat yourself up so much. And today we had a blast at the big barbecue party, too. It was a lot of fun. But then I went. I went and almost nullified all those fun times. I would have to be more careful starting tomorrow. I would put all this unpleasant stuff behind me forever. Like hell, I'm gonna let my enjoyable life end because of how careless I was today. But the more I thought that I'd be more careful starting tomorrow, the more I couldn't get rid of the ominous thought that I had already put an end to those enjoyable days with what I'd just done. Citing the last 2 chapters as my precedents, you're probably right. And I feel sorry for you, you stupid, stupid fool. Anyway, wait. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. The gears of destiny are freaking gigantic, aren't they? And that's why, if you are directly in their path, it gonna hurt when they finally crush you like a bug. What happened just now is trivial. It doesn't make any sense to think my life will be totally different starting tomorrow. No, it doesn't make any logical sense, but sometimes those feelings of intuition, they can be right on the money. But even though I understood it logically, the mist in my heart wasn't going to fade. Until tomorrow turned out to be as fun as today.
変だぞ俺。
I'm acting weird.
さっきのみんなとのやりとり、ちょっと気にしすぎだぜ。
I'm thinking a little too much about that conversation. I wish tomorrow would come already. I wanted it to make me understand how absurd my insignificant doubts really were. The night was long. Tips unlocked. Slacking Manager, copy of the preliminary autopsy, and East Round 3. You know what? I think we got time. Let's check out the tips. The Slacking Manager.
Shion-san も少しは手伝ってください。
Shion-san, why don't you help out a little?
女の子に重いものを運ばせようって言うんですか？そんなだからいい年になっても相手が見つからないんですよ、監督は。
Are you asking a girl to carry something heavy? This is why you still haven't found a nice lady at your age, coach.
ですね。そういうのを曰くこう言います。余計なお世話です。
Well, you see, at times like these, here's what people say. It's none of your business. He was loading the station wagon with heaps of equipment we'd used for today's barbecue meeting. All the fathers and sons who had helped were starting to get on their way.
さて、シオンさんはどうしますか?
Alright. So Shion-san.
あなた、ここまでは何で来ました?
Why did you come all the way here?
自転車でしたら、積んで送って差し上げますよ。
If you rode on your bike, I can give you a lift. Wait a minute, didn't you invite her? I thought someone said you did.
スクーターだからいいです。お心遣いだけで嬉しいってことにしときます。
I did, but I'll be fine riding back. I appreciate your consideration.
今日は来てくれて嬉しかったですよ。やはりマネージャーさんがいないと、パッとしませんからね。
I'm glad you came today. Things don't quite fit together without the manager here.
まだ私マネージャーなんですか？
Am I still the
1年
manager?
も丸々サボってんだから。こんな無能マネージャー、いい加減に解雇するべきだと思いますよ。
I've been shirking my duty for an entire year, so maybe you should just fire such an incompetent manager already. Well, I kind of agree with her on this.
シオンさんが辞めたいって自分で言えたらいつでも解雇してあげますよ。
Alright. If you say you want to quit, then I'll fire you whenever you want.
ずるいな。
That's not fair. If you don't care about the job at all, then what would be the problem with him firing you? It would completely alleviate you of the duty. So why the hesitation? Unless some part of you still does care about the job to some extent.
早く解放してくださいよね。試合があるたびに来ないかと電話がかかってくるの。もううざくてかなわないんですから。
Let me go soon, please. Every time I don't show up at a game, I get an annoying phone call, and I can't stand those.
シオンちゃんももっともっと素直になれば、とってもキュートで可愛い女の子なのに。お父さんは悲しいですよ。一体どこでねじ曲がってこんなにひねくれてしまったんだか。
If you were more honest with yourself, Shion-chan, you'd be far cuter. Your father is so sad. Where did he go so wrong as to deserve such a rebellious daughter?
ああ、お父さんの愛の抱擁で力強く包み込めば目が覚めますか？でしたら遠慮なく。
Oh, perhaps if your father catches you in a big, loving embrace, you'll open your eyes? Well then, don't mind if I do.
ほーら。
Come here! Coach was fooling around with all his might, but Shion just smiled into the distance without responding.
何も変わってない。監督が変な人で、みんなのにぎわいも何も変わってないのに。
Nothing's changed. You're still a weirdo, Coach, and everyone's still lively as ever.
サトシ君だけいないとおっしゃりたいのですか？
Even though Satoshi-kun isn't here. Is that what you wanted to say?
帰ってきますよ。きっと。
He'll come home. I'm sure of it.
待っている人がいるんですから。
He has someone waiting for him.
勝手なこと言っててください。
Say whatever you want.
彼も罪作りな人ですよね。こんな可愛い彼女を置き去りにしてどこへ行ってしまったん
He
だか。
sure is cruel, isn't he? Going off who knows where, leaving such a cute girlfriend behind? Wait a minute. You're Satoshi's girlfriend? Well, that explains a lot, actually. Your intense reaction towards Satoshi's transfer being brought up and all that. And if you were pretending to be Mion at certain points throughout Chapter 2, the intense reaction you had towards Satoshi's mention as well. But most certainly here. Well. I don't know what else to say about this. Huh?
彼女
Girlfriend? Who? Who? Wait a minute, you're not? Huh? Okay, never mind. I guess you're not his girlfriend. But your reaction, though, does tell me everything I need to know about your feelings towards Satoshi.
もういつまで笑ってるんですか？
Jeez, quit laughing already.
監督
Coach! Coach bent over and laughed heartily for a little while.
ではまたお会いしましょうね。試合にもたまには応援に来てくださいよ。
We'll see each other again. Please come and root for us once in a while, okay?
まあ気が向いたら
If I feel like it.
私マネージャーなんか全然もうやる気ないんですから。
I have no desire to be the manager anymore after all.
いいんですよ。あなたが嫌ならいつでもクビにしてあげますよ。
That's fine. If you don't like it, I'll fire you.
嫌がるのを無理やりってのは私の性分ではありませんからね。
I'm not the kind of person who likes forcing people to do things against their will.
ああはいはい。
Okay, fine.
すみませんね、すみませんね。
I'm sorry.
私の負けです。
You win this round.
気が向いたらまた応援に来ますので、今日は堪忍してください。
If I feel like I'll come root for you. If I feel like it, I'll come root for you. So for today, just be patient.
おっと、もうこんな時間。
Whoops. That time already.
機材返す約束の時間が。
It's past time to return all this.
先方、もうだいぶ待たせてますね。
I'm already making them wait for me.
では今日はこの辺で。
I'll be leaving for today then.
また次の試合でお会いしましょう。
Let's meet again at the next game.
ええ、気が向いたらね。
Yes, if I feel like
さよなら、
it.
監督。
Goodbye, coach. So now I know what your feelings are towards Satoshi. That is a really big good nugget of information to know, I think. As I said, it does explain your behavior earlier. I wonder what other important bits I'll learn from these other two tips. Copy of the preliminary report. Autopsy, excuse me. The autopsy suggests the victim was killed in the following manner. Number 1. Entire body bound in restraints. Wait a minute. Are we talking about the corpse from the beginning of this chapter that was found? Because I vaguely recall marks like that being found on the body. Traces left behind from when the body seemed to have been bound indicated usage of a specific restraining table rather than rope or another common method. Finger joints on either hand appear to have been bound especially tightly. Highly likely that the table was either specifically made or homemade, given this information. 2. Both ears and nose severed with a sharp blade. Yikes. Traces of the restraint and other things seem to suggest there was at least one more other than the one who severed these body parts holding down the victim's head. So there was 2 people present, at least. Possible that multiple blades were used, with one of them most likely being scissors or shears. 3. 5 nails penetrated fingers on each hand. 1 long nail stuck in each joint and each finger on each hand for a total of 30. Jesus, I can't imagine the pain. Holy fuck. I mean, I remember that method, but it still makes me wince every time. The deceased's fingers were nailed to wooden planks 20 square centimeters large. Extremely likely these planks were part of the restraining table. In addition, it is likely that the table was originally designed for such a purpose. 4. Abdomen incised, intestines removed. The incision in the abdomen is likely to have been a technique grounded in medical methodology using a sharp blade. Estimated that there was still no threat to the victim's life at this stage. After this, the organs inside the incision were dismantled and removed. The victim likely died as a result of this process. 5. Body disposed. After fastening a dumbbell to the victim's neck using a commercial pet collar, the victim was likely abandoned in the Uji River's third drain. Judging by the dumbbell's weight, it's highly possible that they would have needed at least 3 grown men to have disposed of the body. Multiple people, then. At least 3. To Ushi-san. Here's a copy of the preliminary autopsy of the slaughtered corpse in the Uji River. Chief Shigeharu sees this as having a possible relation to the S group. S for Shinozaki, I assume. What are your thoughts, Ushi-san? Well, given everything that we know from Chapter 2's events and what we personally witnessed and been almost subjected to, yeah, I agree. There's most likely a possible connection here. East Round 3.
出ましたね、論。
Hello, Ushi. There it is. Ron.
チュン・ドラさん、満願です。
3 Chun, 3 Dora. Mangan with 1500 extra. What?
なんすかそれ。
What's up with that?
なんでドラが3つも入んすか。
How do you have 3 Dora?
バカモンが大石がテンパイしとんの分かっててカンドラ増やしよってからに。
You idiot. You're the one who flipped over another Condora when you knew Ushi was in Tenpai.
自業自得じゃぞ。
That's what you get.
チュンさらしたらドラを上乗せするぐらいしかやることないじゃないですか。厄介さらしたらドラそばは切っちゃダメですよ。
Getting more Dora was the only thing I could do after revealing the Chun. You can't discard a Dora tile after a Yakuhai is out. Ushi grinned meaningfully as his buddies, swearing, began breaking down the walls and reforming them.
時に大石さん、どうですか？割れましたか？
By the way, Ushi-san, figure it out yet?
なんじゃい。ああ、例のドブ川惨殺死体の話かの。
What? Oh, the murdered body in the drainage channel.
何か手がかりはあったのか？
Any new clues come up?
ねえ、まあ。
Yes,
裏
well,
はそっちで取ってくださいよ。
you are the one collecting the evidence here.
さすが。何者です、仏。
I should have expected that. Who was the deceased?
間宮里奈、本名は律子。
Rena Mamiya. Actual name Ritsuko. Wait a minute.
岸骨フラワーロードにあるブルーマーメイドってキャバクラに勤めてたみたいっす。
That name is ringing some bells. I feel like I should know that name. I feel like I should know it. God damn it, why am I not remembering? Apparently she worked for the Blue Mermaid, a hostess bar on the Shishiboni Flower Road.
やれやれ。そらやばい店じゃな。確か、園崎家の若頭の店じゃろ。
Oh wow, that place, huh? A young leader of the Sonozakis owns it, yeah?
園崎。おっと、S 号関連か。
Sonozaki. Whoops! So it's related to the S group.
難航しそうな山だな。
That mountain will be tough to scale.
噂じゃあ仏さん、園崎の上納金に手をつけちゃったらしいっす。話じゃかなりシャレにならない規模らしいっす。
Rumors say the deceased had been dipping into the Sonozaki's protection money. And on a pretty significant scale, too, from what I've heard.
女が上納金に手を出したか。裏に男がいそうじゃの。
A woman getting her hands on Yakuza tax money. Sounds like a man's behind it. Hey, I mean, greed is universal across the genders.
女の単独犯なんてそうそうないぞい。
Not a lot of women do that sort of thing themselves.
どうせもう死んでますよ。
Well, she's dead now.
死体がまだ出ないだけで。
The dead can't have anything to do with it.
そうそう、おいさん。女の同居人、生きてるみたいですよ。
About that. Ushi-san. Her cohabitant's apparently alive.
生きてる？じゃあこれから死ぬんでしょうね。
Alive. Then maybe he'll die soon.
害虫が害虫を駆除してくれるんだから、本当に素敵な自浄機能だと思いますよ。
Vermin usually exterminate other vermin. I think we have a very nice self-cleansing system going on.
その紐なんですがね。
Anyway, her man.
北条鉄平なんですよ。
It's,
well.
Teppei Hojo. Wait. Teppei Hojo. That last name.
北条？誰だい？
Hojo? Who's that?
北条鉄平。去年、hinamizawaで起こった主婦撲殺事件の仏のご主人ですよ。
Teppei Hojo. Husband of the housewife who was beaten to death last year in Hinamizawa. Wait a minute. So that would make... Wait a minute. Satoko's aunt was the one that was beaten to death. So this is her uncle then.
事件の後姿を消したって聞いてましたけど。
I heard he disappeared after the incident, though.
そうか。 その女のところに転がり込んでたか。
I get it. He was staying at his lover's place, huh?
ますますに、園崎の匂いがプンプンだの。
And so the Sonozakis grow ever more suspicious. What is somebody from the Sonozaki family involved in this love affair?
彼氏は今どこに？
Where is he now?
女のアパートに同居してたんすがね。女が自分を捨てたと思ったみたいで、店やたまりのあちこちを探し回ってるらしいっす。
He was living in a woman's apartment. He must have thought she abandoned him, so he's been searching around shops and other gathering places. Interesting. So, I guess apparently, Satoshi, not Satoshi. Well, it is Satoshi's uncle. Yes, Satoshi and Satoko are siblings, so they'd have the same aunt and uncle. So, we got an uncle of Satoko's running around, it seems. I wonder if we're gonna run into him at some point. I wonder what it'll be like. Well, then again, was it? I don't remember. Was it the aunt who was abusive towards Satoko, or was it both her and the uncle? I can't quite remember. I know for sure. I think I remember for sure that the aunt did mistreat them, but I can't remember if the uncle was involved too. I think he was. In which case, well, I think I already have an idea of what to expect here when we see this man face to face. Because I'm sure we're going by that tip we just seen. And in which case, I think I'm gonna find myself getting a little bit angry at some point. Especially if any mistreatment towards Satoko ends up going on. I bet that's what's gonna happen, right? Abusive uncle comes into the picture, starts making hell for Satoko, and, well, things just go downhill from there. I'm almost willing to bet actual money that something like that's going to happen, and I'm not going to be too happy about it. In fact, depending on how bad it is, I might get violently angry. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens then, huh? So I think this is a good spot to cut things off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 2. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time. Take care.